Hey everyone, good morning. This is Dennis Kaye here with Belize Islands Real Estate. Hope you're all doing well wherever you are in the world. Today I want to tell you about an excellent listing that has just been drastically reduced. This is a fire sale listing. The owners had planned to build their dream home here, but unfortunately they're having some serious health problems, so they asked me to reduce the price on this lot and get it sold as soon as possible. So I promised them I would do everything I could to do so. So I've sent out the listing link to my database. If you're on that, you probably got it already. I posted it to my Twitter feed, my Facebook, my business page, everywhere I can think of to get the maximum exposure on this property. And now, because so many questions have been coming in as far as where is it located, what can I build on it, why is this a good deal, I decided to make a YouTube video. So I'm going to go through several slides here to explain just why this property is probably hands down the best deal on beachfront property on Ambergris Caye at this time. And one of the things you probably heard me talk about in all of my videos and webinars and whatnot is the need to look for good deals in the path of progress. Areas of the island that have a reason to go up in value, these are where the best deals happen to be. For example, around Secret Beach, the property up north where Jimmy Buffett's is being built. I think that's also a good property, or a good area rather, to buy. But this area of the island is completely different. It's not near Secret Beach. It's not near Jimmy Buffett's. It is just due west of San Pedro Town in an area called Costa del Sol, and here's why I think it's a really good deal and why you should take a look at this seriously. Now, let me just go through some slides here. So the area of Costa del Sol is located less than a mile due west of San Pedro Town. This is an area that started to see a lot of action and development take place back in 2007, 8, and 9, but we all know what happened in 2008. We had the worldwide market crash. And so unfortunately, some of the projects in this area were canceled, they went bankrupt, and they were left in an unfinished state. Fortunately, in the last several years, some of these projects have been revived, so there's a good reason to believe this area is poised for future growth. This area is absolutely in the path of progress, and I'm going to explain why. Here is an aerial view looking from east to west. You can see San Pedro Town there in the forefront. That is the center of all the action on Ambergris Caye. That is San Pedro Town, the only town on the island. And then you notice that big body of water behind it. That is known as the San Pedro Lagoon or the San Pedro Water Way. That very large body of water is not an enclosed stagnant swamp, but rather an open lagoon that leads out to the ocean on the Caribbean side, the east side, but also goes off to the west coast and out into Ambergris Bay. So you can actually see the waters of Ambergris Bay behind there. And where you see that arrow pointing to, the red arrow is about a 2,700 or 3,000 acre parcel of land that has been named Costa del Sol. And that's the part of the island I want to talk to you about today. Here's another beautiful aerial shot of Ambergris Caye. Again, you see San Pedro Town there in the forefront, that large body of water called the San Pedro Lagoon, and then this very large undeveloped section of the island called Costa del Sol. I'm pointing it out there with a red arrow. And then beyond that, or in the top of your screen, you see those beautiful crystal clear waters of Ambergris Bay. That's where the Mahogany Bay Village Beach Club is located. That's where Secret Beach is located. That part of the island is absolutely pristine. So that's one of the reasons I like this area of Costa del Sol, because it gives you very close access to all the beautiful swimming waters of Ambergris Bay. Here is the property that is for sale. So where that red arrow is pointing to is a vacant beachfront lot. It is just due north of some fantastic villas called Playa Villas, Belize. And I'll go talk to you more about those here in a little bit. I have some more pictures and information on those. But this is a beautiful beachfront lot, sits right on the shores of the San Pedro Lagoon, facing San Pedro Town. So at night, as the town lights up, you can see all the beautiful lights come on, and it's just a really neat view from this lot. What it benefits from too is the strong eastern coming breezes. The breezes that come off the Caribbean Sea, they hit this entire coast, and it's absolutely stunning anytime, day or night. Here's a little bit more of a close-up picture, the waterfront lot that is for sale, and pointing to with this red arrow. You can see it already has some nice mature palm trees on it, and this property will be perfect to build a very high-end retirement home, vacation home, Airbnb rental, or even a small condo project. Now here are the specifics on it. It's a beachfront lot. It measures 60 feet of running beachfront by 410 feet deep. So it's very, very deep compared to most beachfront lots. That's going to give you a lot of options regarding what you can put on this property. It is zoned commercial or residential. So you can have a private home here, or you can have a small business. You can put up a nice restaurant. You can put up a beach bar here, a combination home / commercial opportunity, anything you can think of. That's nice, you can put in this area. And one of the benefits of this area is it does have access to electric. So there's an underwater cable that runs from San Pedro Town to this part of the island. So unlike places such as Secret Beach, this property already has access to city power. So that's a huge bonus for this property. Now, looking more at those villas that are due south of this property, they're called again Playa Villa Luxury Vacation Rentals. So if you just type in on your Google Playa Villa Ambergris Caye, these will pop up. I think there's 2 or 3 of them that have been completed. They're absolutely stunning mansions, all waterfront. All very high-end finishes, beautiful, beautiful places. I've been in these several times myself. And here's another picture of it looking from the back side. So you see all of them have their own pools, and they're just a stunning work of architecture and beauty that's sitting here in this area. Now, the reason I'm bringing up some of this is because several of my clients want to know what will this neighborhood become in the future. And they ask the same question regarding other areas of the islands. For instance, if they're building down south in Ambergris Caye, they want to know who their neighbors are going to be. What type of vibe am I going to have if I decide to buy and build in this area? Or what is Secret Beach going to be like, 5 or 10 years from now? Well, what I like about the Costa del Sol area is the standard has already been set for very nice upscale luxury development. For example, along with these villas, there is also a condo project that is completed called Brahma Blue. So again, if you Google that, Brahma Blue Vacation Rentals, these are all 2 and 3 bedroom condos, some of which are for sale, some of which have already been sold, but this is a completed project, absolutely beautiful, excellent architecture, beautiful interiors. This is the picture of the pool and the palapa and the restaurant and bar that is there at Brahma Blue. Again, really, really nice. People love staying in this area. And that's what I wanted to do in this slide here. If you just take a look, these are actual testimonials that I took off TripAdvisor, and they're completely unedited. But I wanted to show you these because sometimes you think, is this an area that is nice, or that I would want to live or stay or have expended time. For instance, if you decided to build a retirement or vacation home, would you actually want to be in this part of the island? Well, according to the people that actually stay here on vacation, they love it because it is secluded. It's away from all the noise and hustle and bustle of San Pedro Town. It's quiet, it's beautiful, and yet you're very close to all the action. So you don't have to go into San Pedro Town at all to go to nice restaurants and beach bars. Those are available all over the island. But San Pedro Town does have an awesome feel to it. And there is where you're going to have some of the best restaurants, such as Blue Water Grill and Nellie's, and just all sorts of restaurants are right there in that core town center. So being only 1 mile to the west of San Pedro Town, but without the noise and hassle and hustle and bustle, these guests really like that factor. And I think you would too if you actually owned a vacation home in this area. Here is another project that was started in this area. This house is called the Zen Villa. It sits just a couple hundred feet north of the lot that I showed you that's for sale. This is a very unique home, stunning architecture, absolutely beautiful inside and out. And again, I'm showing you this so you can see what type of people have built, what's being built in the area. And so if you're looking for a nice area that has a good vibe to it, an upscale place, I think you're really going to like buying and building in the Costa del Sol area. So I said at the beginning of the video that I'm a big fan of buying in the path of progress. Now, for those of you who haven't followed me very long, you might be wondering, what does that mean? It means that if you go into a neighborhood that's already built out, where you just have maybe one or two vacant lots left, and you already have access to power and water, and everything is already there, and so this is just one of the last few lots left, you're going to pay top dollar for that because there's nothing left to develop the area. There's nothing left to make prices rise. There's no really appreciation left. And so what I recommend people do is they go off a little bit, look for neighborhoods that are undeveloped, that are just starting to get going, look for good deals in those neighborhoods. And what I suggest people do is look for a really bargain property, a steal of a deal, in a neighborhood that is going to be expensive in the future. So you're going to be in good company. And you don't want to buy just a cheap property in an area that's always going to be cheap, or in one of those areas that is going to be undesirable in the future. You want to find a good deal in an area that has tremendous potential for growth and that will most likely be high-end development, have high-end development. So here's what I like about this area that puts it in the path of progress. It does have access to city electricity, so power is not an issue. It's very close to San Pedro Town, and if you look for waterfront or beachfront properties anywhere near San Pedro Town, you're going to be paying at least $400,000, $500,000, and $600,000 just for a vacant piece of land. You can go down a bit from there if you go with a canal front lot. For example, you can get a canal front lot in a gated community for starting at $150,000, but it's not a true beachfront property. It's on the water, but it's canal front. This is a true beachfront lot, 60 feet by 410 deep. And what else here? Oh, here's something very interesting. Many of you ask about some of the properties around Secret Beach, asking if they have road access. Well, the truth is many properties north of Secret Beach don't have road access yet. And that's one of the reasons you can get them for between $185,000 to $200,000 rather than the 3 and 4s that they're paying on the East Coast. But look what we just noticed, and look what people are finding out is happening in this area of Costa del Sol. According to Google Earth's updated slides, there is now an access road that is being built that goes from Secret Beach all the way down to Costa del Sol. It's about 2 3/4 miles from Secret Beach. Now, this is extremely significant because, as many of you know, roads on Ambergris Caye grow very, very slowly, and they grow organically, meaning there is no master plan to put in roads. So oftentimes, road construction is paid for by a lot owner themselves, a homeowner, maybe a developer who wants to access a certain portion of their property on the island. So in this slide, you can't see it real good, but I'm pointing at it with some red arrows. There is actually an access road that is going from Grand Belizean Estates, very, very close to Secret Beach, all the way to this area where you see this small subdivision of lots that have been subdivided, titled, many of them sold, in Costa del Sol. And you notice on this slide in particular, I pulled up the Google Earth measuring stick. And so to get from Secret Beach or Grand Belizean Estates down to this lot, again, it's about 2.71 miles, and that showed on that yellow line there. So imagine now we have potential road access coming to this area. Now, we don't know if the road is 100% complete now or when that might happen, but the fact that you can see it and the fact that people have driven a lot of the length of this road means that this area is now opening up. Now, we don't know what that means as far as immediate development. Does somebody have plans to build something significant there? We don't know yet, but something is happening in this area in order for someone to go through the expense of putting in this road all the way down to Costa del Sol. Another thing I like about this area, as I mentioned before, is you have access to that west side, that Ambergris Bay side of the island. That's where all the swimming, the sunsets take place, crystal clear waters, no seagrass. And so from this lot here, which you see I'm pointing at it with a red arrow on the right-hand side of your screen, just across this waterway here, you see the Mahogany Bay Village Beach Club. And that's a fantastic place for guests staying at the Mahogany Bay Village Hilton Curio Collection Hotel and Resort on South Ambergris Caye. And this is a beautiful, beautiful place. Here's a picture of someone enjoying their time in the hammock in these crystal clear waters of Ambergris Bay. Again, I'm showing you this because it gives you an idea of the vibe that this part of the island currently has and will have even more so in the future as more and more people start to build. So just to recap, waterfront property for sale, 60 feet of beachfront by 410 feet deep, commercial or residential, has access to internet, cable, electric at this time. The price I'm going to say right now, 95,000 US dollars. 95,000 US. And this lot is the cheapest lot that I have found on Ambergris Caye for true beachfront property, especially one that has power, especially one that is very, very close to having road access. I challenge anyone to scour the websites, to look at other people's listings, to go to all the different real estate companies on Ambergris Caye and see if you can find a beachfront lot for $95,000 anywhere in and around Ambergris Caye. If so, email that to me. I'd be interested in buying it myself. I personally would pick up this lot to add to my own holdings, but I am land rich, cash poor, as they say. So I own a couple of dozen lots already, including beachfront lots at Secret Beach. So I'm already tapped out as far as my investments there. But this is an excellent lot. Again, 95,000 US. The sellers cannot do financing because, again, they need this to help pay for some medical bills. They need to cash out and unfortunately give up their dreams of building at Ambergris Caye. But their loss could be your gain. So this would be an excellent property for someone to purchase with their IRA. So if you're an American, you have a self-directed IRA, this property might qualify for you to purchase with funds you already have in that IRA. If you're looking to buy now and build in the future, say next year or 5 years or 10 years from now, you can buy and sit on this lot. It'll be there when you're ready to build. If you want to own a vacation home, run it as a part-time home where you live in it for, say, 2 or 3 months a year and then rent it out on Airbnb for the other months of the year, help make some profit, cover your cost. You can do that, or you can build a condo project. I think this would easily fit maybe a 6 to 8 unit complex on it, plenty of room for a pool, would make a nice boutique hotel or condo project and fit in nice with the other projects that are going on currently and upcoming in the future in this part of the island. So the next steps, email me if you have any questions, comments, concerns, if you have any thoughts on how you might use this property, or if you want to bounce something off me, go ahead and email me, DennisKii@gmail.com. Thanks a lot for watching today. Really appreciate it. And this is not a sales pitch, but I do not expect this property to last very long. In all honesty, I think my clients can see the value, especially with these videos and the slides. You can see that it's in the path of progress. It's an excellent property. I have nothing else like it in my portfolio, and I think this is perfect for someone. So go ahead, email me, give me a call. Let's get an offer written up, and let's get you into your own slice of paradise on Ambergris Caye.